Greg, start celebrating, Greg. Start
Oh,
celebrating, Greg.
We have things,
start
folks.
celebrating, Greg. Start
things.
celebrating, Greg.
The Sacramento Kings are keeping the pick at 4, which again, kind of called this. It's not going to lie. They're taking Keegan Murray, which, T.O., we've gone back and forth on this. I applaud the Sacramento Kings for picking the 4th best player in this draft. Keegan Murray is going to be a 17 to 20 a game guy for 12 plus years. No nonsense. Put his head down, go to work. I'm really sad for him. He's ending up in Sacramento, but good job, Kings. For the first time in a while, good job, Kings. Gentlemen, that leaves Jayden Ivy.
This is selfish.
That leaves Jayden Ivy available to Detroit, baby. RC knows a little bit about the Motown, okay?
All right,
and we got some excitement coming to Detroit.
But before we get into that, T.O., finish your point on Jabari.
I can't freaking remember it now. Now I'm ready about Keegan Murray.
Let's go. Keegan Murray to the Kings, man.
Let me wrap Jabari Smith up with this though. Can we at least acknowledge he went from the most selfish guards in college basketball to the most selfish backcourt in the NBA. Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green. He's prepared. Okay,
yeah.
He's prepared.
We've made that joke. We made that joke about Orlando. We made that joke about Houston. What does that say about the teams? You pick guards that are going to be selfish. You're probably going to be picking in the top 3 of a draft. Maybe don't.
But good point. Good point. You got to have guys give it up. But I like the fit at Sacramento with Keegan Murray because he's not going to be relied on solely. De'Aaron Fox is a dude. I love that guy. They have scoring options around the wing. Kings. That I hope they can get good because, like I've stated before on numerous podcasts, felt like a Kings lifer until they got rid of Jason Williams. But they have spots for Keegan Murray to be successful in that lineup. So we'll see how that goes.
All right, Keegan Murray. T.O., I know you are not the biggest fan, and I think I fall in the same camp as you when it comes to what he is as a player. The reason why it's baffling to me that you would take him over Jayden Ivy is that Jayden Ivy has all the upside in the world. If everything clicks for Jayden Ivy, we're looking at an all-NBA guard. Keegan Murray is going to be a good piece on a good team.
Yes.
Now, sometimes that's enough, though.
Yeah, exactly right.
But you're the Kings, man.
But they have an all-star point guard. De'Aaron Fox, like that guy is really good.
He's legit. He's a dude.
So
legit.
So here's what I'll tell you.
They went for fit right here. They went for fit.
And you could have gone for fit at 5, at 6, at 7 with Keegan Murray, with Benedict Mathurin, with another guy of that ilk. Why are you taking him with the 4th pick when you could have traded that pick, had someone go up and get Jayden Ivy? Maybe those deals weren't available, but that's what I would have done, man. Like I feel like you're leaving value on the table when you're an organization that needs as much value as possible, man. You just traded Tyrese Halliburton for a big guy. What are we doing here?
Dude, hey, didn't ESPN just put up a graphic earlier today where the Kings are always 1 pick away? Where it was like Bagley, then Doncic, then somebody else, and Damian Lillard. And then it was like one more, and then they're going to do the same thing. And Jayden Ivey is going to have a hell of a 15-year career in Detroit, and we might never hear from Greg again. That's how fired up he's going to be.
That just locked it in. That just guaranteed that Jayden Ivey is going to end up being a 15-time All-Star. Buckle up. Buckle up. You just got a Hall of Famer, Greg. Congratulations, bro.
I don't know that we got the Hall of Famer yet. I don't know. I'm waiting for this to be confirmed, gentlemen. I'm not until I see Adam Silver walk on stage and crown my future shooting guard.
How about Woj saying Purdue's Jayden Ivey is landing at number 5 for the Detroit Pistons? That is it. Look, I'm done talking Keegan Murray. I'm done talking Kings because I want to talk about Cade Cunningham and Jayden Ivey in the same backcourt. RC, talk to me, man.
He went to the best fit. I like him there. Being an off guard there, I didn't like the conversation when people talking about him playing a point. I didn't see that. I think he would struggle with his decision making. You need someone else putting him. You just need him getting his head down, using his athleticism, attacking, shooting, just looking to score. You put him as a point of your team. I don't think he's ready for that. I don't think he's ever done that. And then you're going to put him at the highest level and try to make him a point guard. But putting him at the off guard spot, you got a problem now. I mean, they got something.
I love it beside Cunningham.
I love him beside Cade. That's a big fit.
Yeah, I mean, Cade Cunningham, this ever steady presence, handles the ball really well, passes it, gets rid of it. You had this lightning rod in Jayden Ivey. I love.
They'll complement each other really, really well. They'll complement each other incredibly well. His athleticism versus Cade just high IQ, steady, his size. I mean, those two guys now. I mean, I wish they had kept Grant. That would have been fun to watch.
Yeah, that was an interesting one for me. But the Jayden Ivy, like, he wasn't a particularly great defender at Purdue because he gambled a lot and he just kind of coasted.
You
but
know, that's
he has
kind.
the potential to be
that's
really
kind.
Yeah, I'm being kind. I'm a nice guy, Greg. What are you going to do? So, like, he
here's
has the potential to be
my
a really
thing,
good
boys.
defender.
Like, he does. And this is why I've been a little anti Jayden Ivy. And I'm going to have to quickly get over that. You can cut all the footage of everything I've said about him for 2 years. He's my guy now, if we're not clear enough about that. What scared me about him in college was I don't feel like he did anything great other than downhill transition, coast to coast, going right. I mean, he's as good as probably the best professionally, right? We know that. But in the half court, what counters does he have? Do we really buy his jump shot? I never really have.
I
He was
do.
really hot for 2 months, and then he was really cold for 3 months. You do buy his shot, Rob.
Yes, I do. I think that he's going to end up being a really good shooter. And I'm trying to get the stats from Synergy up in front of me, but he was a really good, like, catch and shoot guy. I think if you look back at it outside of his freshman season, if you look back at what he did in high school, on Team USA, on some of the other places that he's played, he's always been able to make shots. I buy the jumper. I actually think he's a guy that probably shot a lower percentage than what he is as a shooter because of some of the difficulty of the shots that he was taking. They didn't have any.
You got to realize too, when the spacing that he's going to have now, you wouldn't be surprised if he explodes. He always had that old school big clogging down the paint. The paint was never open now, so he's going to have he's going to see things now that he hadn't seen. The spacing is always better in the NBA. But now he's not going to have a 5-man in the center that that's clogging up the lane that he always had during his time at Purdue.
Yeah, the NBA game being so spread out is just going to play to his game so much better than college ever did.
And you don't have the biggest thing is you don't have to the thing that he is. I don't think that he's ever going to be a high level passer, right? Like, he's never going to be. You keep getting these comparisons to John Morant, which to me are completely unfair for Jayden Ivy, because John Morant is like an all world passer, right? When he was in college, he averaged 10 assists a game. He averaged 24 and 10, right? And Jayden Ivy is not that guy. If he was that guy, then Matt Painter would have actually played him at the point instead of playing him off the ball. Let Isaiah Thompson or whoever the hell it was that they were running at the point, whatever bum it was, that if he was a point guard, he would have been playing the point in college. And now you're putting him next to a guy that, like, look, Cade Cunningham is that dude. Cade Cunningham is a surgeon with a quarterback's vision, run of the point. And Jayden Ivy is all energy, all explosiveness, all getting to the rim, that can also create something on his own, that can also knock down an open three. That is the perfect combination in a backcourt. Now, are they going to be able to guard? Well, you got a 6'8" dude with a 7'2" wingspan that in theory should be switchable. And you got one of the best athletes that you're ever going to see in Jayden Ivy. They should be able to, right? And defense at that level.
But none of these guys that we're talking about, there hasn't been a guy that's been drafted yet that we can sit here. The best thing we can say about any of them is Chet Holmgren is the best. He's a really good off-ball shot blocker. Other than that, everyone else has deficiencies defensively. They just don't know how hard yet they're going to have to play, and who wants it, and what organization demands that out of them. We'll see. But none of these guys so far, we're sitting here thinking about one-on-one strapping and locking anybody down.
I will say, as someone who's been skeptical of Jayden Ivy in the 2 years I've watched him in Big Ten play, I do think that Cade covers up a lot of his deficiencies and minimizes those deficiencies. Like, Jayden Ivy can just go be great at what he's great at in Detroit, and it's a really good fit. They don't need him to be more than that with what they're currently building. So, yeah, I'm ecstatic. Even though I kind of have to backtrack a lot of my Jayden Ivy hate the last couple of years, I'm ecstatic right now. The Detroit Pistons. Read it, folks. The Detroit Pistons have acquired the 13th pick from the Charlotte Hornets. That's Jalen Duren. Did I not just nail that? I'm sorry. Did I not just nail that Charlotte's trading a big? They traded Jalen Duren to my team. We got our center. We got Jayden Ivy and Jalen Duren. Oh, my God. God.
But Greg, chill.
But he might be a Nick. That's not good. That's not good. We don't like that. Oh, somebody else take this. Give me like a minute to cool down. Somebody else talk.
Well, I will say this.
No, he can't go to the Knicks and you're sitting here walking on stage without announcing the trade beforehand.
Well, look. Yeah, Woj just saying that,
Pistons are
that Jalen
acquiring
Duren is going
Jalen
to the
Duren.
Pistons. And then, well, here's the thing: if he goes to the Knicks, that's very weird because they already have Mitchell Robinson, and why would you
Right.
want to pair that unless you're not going to re-sign Mitchell Robinson, which is
unless you're not
a
going to
very
pay
real
him.
possibility. If he goes to Detroit, we talked about this already. They need a rim running five, right? It probably means that Greg's boys aren't going to end up getting DeAndre Ayton. If you have Jalen Duren going to that same spot and filling that exact same void, you're basically just getting an 18-year-old DeAndre Ayton. Go ahead, Greg.
Hey, okay, slow down here. DeAndre Ayton, he's 1A. He's priority 1A in Detroit. We will do anything for DeAndre Ayton, but continue. We like Jalen Duren too. Look, I can't be greedy, fellas. Look, I had to sit through Rodney Stuckey for like 7 years. That was my best player, okay? Excuse me for being a little bit excited at what we have building here. But yeah, you're probably right. That probably means no way. That probably means they're throwing a bag at Miles Bridges, though, because they do have doubled the cap space of any other team in the NBA right now. So it's got to go somewhere.
All right, Cleveland is taking Ochai Agbaji at 14. RC.
I love
think
that.
when we did the draft profile for Ochai, I think that you said he should be a lottery pick. I think you were the first person I heard say that Ochai should be a lottery pick. He is officially a lottery pick. How does he fit in with Cleveland? We got to get Fanta on to celebrate this. I know Fanta's
because I told you he's the one guy we know he's going to defend at a high level. He has good size. He has defended at a high level. And he's going to shoot the crap out of it day one. Some of these other guys will probably have more upside, but he's going to come through the door day one defending and knocking down threes at a high clip. Day one.
Oh, think about how well he fits in with Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Karis LeVert, and then you add some more shooting and defense to that perimeter. Cavs are cooking with something too. These young teams, they might be stuck in purgatory, but at the same time, they look sexy on paper. And this edition of Ochai, I like it for the personnel they already have. He's ready-made. You know what he's going to be. I like it. Sorry, go ahead, Rob.
No, it is so weird and so uncomfortable for me to sit here and say that a Cleveland sports franchise is doing smart things and is doing good things.
That's
right. We got Darius Garland. We have Evan Mobley. I think Colin Sexton. I'm not sure if he's going to end up being there. He's got a contract thing coming up soon, right? But either way, you got Jared Allen there. I love Isaac Okoro, and now you're throwing in Ochai Agbaji, who's the perfect kind of role guy for this mix. Like that's a good team.
Isaac Okoro has been tearing up the Suns, by the way.
That is a good team. I think we have.
Let me jump in here. I'm gonna hop on. Everybody can hear me now, so I don't have to relay this through you guys. Shams has just tweeted: Knicks are acquiring Jalen Duren and moved him with Kemba Walker to the Pistons. So Kemba Walker is going to the Pistons, and Jalen Duren is going to be a Knick. So
this is an absolute emotional roller coaster.
I think we can all see how Greg is taking this one.
This is an emotional roller coaster ride.
Congratulations!
What are we doing?
Congratulations on getting the best point guard in the history of college basketball.
What are we doing? Is this 2011, Rob? What are we doing? Kemba Walker?
I don't know. Look, as
long
long
as
as
bench, coming off the bench, good pickup.
I love him coming off the bench. Plus, you need a veteran presence, and Kemba's known as being a great guy, isn't he?
Wait,
a guy that can score coming off your bench. I mean, that's a good look.
I know the trades pop off now. We don't have logistics, I assume, but how did the Pistons get involved in this? Duren's drafted 13th to Charlotte, but he goes to New York, but the Pistons somehow get Kemba. Why are they involved?
I'm sure we'll figure it out, Greg. We'll find it one way or another.
I'll hop back
on to be the trade guy when I figure out the details.
That just means the Knicks are trying to free up money because they got a big trade coming in. They're acquiring a veteran guy, and they're clearing out salary because they're getting a trade to get someone on their roster as a veteron.
All right, here you go.
Do you think it might be Braylon Johnson that they're getting? Someone Braylon Johnson maybe? Is that? I don't know.
Here you go. I got some more details for you guys. You ready? Pistons are sending the Hornets the 2025 first-round pick via Milwaukee in the Duren trade. Detroit got that pick from Portland. What was that? 2 days ago when they traded Jeremy Grant, or last night when they traded Jeremy Grant, whenever that was. So that 2025 pick is now Charlotte's.
So
So basically, it's Kemba. I don't know. It's Duren to the Knicks, Kemba to the Pistons, and the 2025 Milwaukee pick to the Hornets.
The Pistons wanted Kemba Walker, is what just happened.
Pretty much, yeah.
And on that note, I'm going to need to take a quick walk, folks. I'm going to need to take a quick breathe. The Pistons just wanted Kemba Walker in our year 2022. Come on. Come on.
So where did Duren go now?
Jalen Duren's on the Knicks.
Duren's on the Knicks.
Which
basically means that Mark Williams is going to be the pick here, right? I mean, that's what that pretty much boils down to. So there's been some more confusion on this trade. So apparently Jalen Duren is going to the Pistons. This has been the most confusing trade I think we've ever seen.
Hey, I'd like to look directly in the camera for just a moment. Woj, Shams, do your jobs, fellas. What are we doing here? It's 9:36 p.m. Eastern, and we have confusion on the trade line.
So I think that Kemba was just shipped off just to clear up cap.
So
I don't know what the Knicks are getting. So
that makes
Kemba
sense.
and Duren are both on the Pistons.
So that makes sense. That's why I damn near fainted a couple moments ago, because here's the thing. Detroit wanted to acquire a bad salary. They just wanted to bring an asset in to do so. Doing so with just Kemba without Jalen Duren would make zero sense. It's just a loss. Taking on Kemba to get Jalen Duren,
I think where the confusion is that the Hornets traded Duren to the Knicks first, and then he was traded to the Pistons all in one. Instead of it being like a 3-team trade, it was to the Knicks, and then the Knicks traded to the Pistons. That's where the confusion lies. So that's what we're going with for now. If that's wrong, I'll come back in.
The Hornets got next year's pick.
They got the 2025 pick. 2025 pick.
Yep. Yeah, they got the Milwaukee pick Detroit just acquired. Okay. We'll
get into